for the Cardinals, while as currently stands, they have a worse record than the LA Chargers. They are 3-4 right now compared to the Chargers being 3-3 after this game. I think the Cardinals have a brighter future coming out of this because I just talked for a little bit about how the Chargers are kind of stuck in purgatory, and that's something they've been trying to get out of, right? But the Cardinals, at least, Arizona is looking to really make moves, especially with the addition of Marvin Harrison Jr., right? And he had a great stretch from weeks 2 through 4. He had 3 really, really good games. And since then, it's been a lot more quiet for Marvin Harrison Jr., and I don't want to worry about that too much because, yes, he was the number 4 overall pick. But at the same time, he's still a rookie. He's still getting developed to the NFL game. And we've seen flashes from him in that couple-week span to where I can say confidently that he will be a good to great wide receiver in this league. But it appears that that's not going to be, in year 1. And that's okay. Because the Cardinals are a rebuilding team that really deserves to be a rebuilding team. Because Kyler Murray, you aren't entirely sure if he's the guy. He's been good for them this year. But, with the charges for Herbert, it's kind of clear that you want to build around Justin Herbert, and yet you still kind of go on a rebuild with the offense. But for the Cardinals, there are more question marks on this team. So going through a rebuild and having your top wide receiver be a rookie, that's okay. And one can argue it's not even really a full rebuild because Harrison was a highly talented prospect and expected to do good right away. So for the Cardinals, whether it is a rebuild or whether it's just more of a retool, which I kind of see it more as because, once again, Kyler, you have more question marks about him than you do Herbert, but I think he's the guy for the Cardinals. So for the Cardinals, whatever direction it is, I argue that it's more of a retool. This retool, 3-4 is okay. You have more of a future in store for you because of the direction the organization is going. You have your quarterback of the future. You have your wide receiver of the future. You just need to fill in the gaps. The Chargers, they actively created gaps, right? They traded away Keenan Allen. Mike Williams is gone. Austin Ekeler is gone. But for the Cardinals, they just need to fill in those gaps. And I think that's the difference between the two, is that the Cardinals are retooling, and that's what they're expecting to do. They're making roster moves as they should. And for the Chargers, they're not making the roster moves that they should in terms of what they are trying to do. And that is more so win now, because you've got Justin Herbert. And for the Cardinals, you've got Kyler, but you need to put a little more around him, so you want to retool. And so really a 3-4 record isn't too bad because it keeps you in playoff contention. If you win a couple games, you could kind of try to make a run of that. But hey, if you don't, guess what? You're going to have a solid pick, maybe not a top pick in the draft, but you have a solid pick. So for Cardinals, I think in this win, obviously it wasn't a pretty win, 17-15, but I do think that they have a brighter future in store for them with Kyler Murray, with Marvin Harrison Jr. They just got to fill in some of the gaps.